Example in terms of rate. We have discussed in terms of quantity. Let's take in terms of rate how exactly it can happen. Not perfectly 100% it will happen in the same way, but this is one of the thing may happen. Let's look into that. Let's assume price of each apple is $2. Okay. For unsold apples, farmer is ready to sell at less price. Farmer is ready to sell at less price. Assume $1 for each apple. So price of each apple is $2, and he's selling for each one at 50% of the rate. Okay, he's selling for $1 only now for unsold one. For those unsold apples, he's selling at $1 for the mediator one.
Okay.
What mediator does is, since he want to earn commission from the product he purchased, what he does, he adds some value to that, and in this case, let's 1.1. 1 plus 0.1, and it is 1.1 here. Is it clear?
Okay. Yes.
Now,
The same thing what you explained in ad networks, right?
yes, correct. In previous
Inventory
sessions,
and he
we
said,
have, yeah, in previous classes, we have discussed on this.
yes.
With the 1.1 rate for that apple, he sell it to the demand whatever he has. On the consumer's end, what happened is they're willing to pay for that product for the maximum value of 1.2. That means they're willing to pay till 1.2 for the product,
Okay.
for the apple. So what happens in this case is the product gets sold, right?
Okay.
If he gets any higher price for the product, he's not ready to buy. If he gets any higher price for the product, he's not ready to buy. In the sense, the consumer is willing to pay maximum of 1.2. What if he gets 1.3? It gets unsold because he has only 1.2 in his pocket. If you say higher
Yes.
rate, he definitely drop it, right?
He
So
has to buy it.
correct. Demand side price is 1.2 greater than 1.1. So apples are sold. Supplier one's apple. This
Yes.
first supplier apple is sold to consumer one, first consumer of the same mediator.
Yes.
Supplier one of mediator one is sold to consumer of the same mediator. So in this process, ad network gets 0.1 commission. So demand
Okay.
side gets less than the maximum value that he wants to buy.
Okay.
So demand side gets less than maximum value. So in the demand side, what happened is whatever they fixed for how much they want to purchase, they're getting less than what actually they're willing to buy. So definitely product gets sold only. What happened here?
He's getting more. Actually, the maximum value is 0.9, right?
Okay,
Uh, okay. He's selling for 1.1. Then this is unsold, right? They'll become unsold.
exactly. So let's assume they are willing to buy at 0.9.
0.9.
Yeah, equal less than or equal to 0.9. They are not willing to pay someone sell it for higher price. Okay. Now what happened in
Okay.
this case? He's selling for the same rate only, 1.1 only. So whatever the demand he's getting, the value at that moment is 0.9. Since the supply rate is more than the demand one, so consumer don't purchase.
Definitely, we'll go for the second mediator and check the another demand.
Correct, correct. So it becomes unsold. So in this case,
Yes.
selling price 1.1 is greater than the demand side. So there is a more chance that more chance in the sense the consumers drop the deal. And finally, what happens? It becomes unsold, and this mediator one makes a new relationship with the same price, sells at 1.1. Making sense?
Yes.
Now, this mediator 2, what he does is he takes 1.1 as rate, and he to add some commission to that, and he tries to get the demand from their network. So mediator 2 have their own network like supply and demand, right? So after adding the commission, so the rate became 1.2 now. So
Okay.
he submit the price to the demand, whatever the demand he has, and ask who are ready to purchase this product which is having 1.2. He declares the value. He's just
Okay.
announcing, he's just saying to everyone. Let's assume there are 100 people who are on the demand. He's just saying this product has 1.2. Please let me know who are willing to buy. Is 0.8, which is less than this. Obviously, it gets unsold. right? No advertiser is ready to buy. Getting my point?
Yes.
Now, whatever we are discussing here, all the rates, so this is just for our understanding purpose. Not exactly this thing will
Yeah.
happen, but this one of the
Okay.
way we can assume these are the things it goes in this way. Okay, so
Okay.
rate may exceeds, rate may lower also. Mediator is willing to purchase at 0. Willing to sell at 0.9. Let's assume that. Okay,
Then
so
he'll go with
because
the first demand only, right?
yeah, of course, that is another cases. We are running at ideal situation.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
I'm trying to explain here is ideal situation. What if this happens? How the things will go? By understanding this, we can connect to the other topics also. Okay, mediator 2 is willing to sell at 1.2. Among the all the demand what he has, only the maximum CPM value is 0.8. Seema, here I will remove the CPM part.
Okay.
Okay, don't take it CPM. Just assume that there is a $0.8. Now,
Okay.
there is no, since there is no advertiser to buy, he reach out to the mediator 3.
Okay.
Likewise, finally, whatever the demand for the mediator 3, they have only 1.5, right? Which is maximum value. So which is less than, which is more than the supply rate. Definitely he will try to purchase that. So since demand price is high and supply price is less, so Apple is sold here.
Yes.
What's your observation here?
Right here.
Yes,
All the apples are sold, right? Like
yes.
his
All the
aim is
apples
to
are
sell
sold. Main thing here you should observe is there is more commissions added in
in
the
the
chain.
finance. Okay, okay.
Commissions added in the chain. So when there is a
Yeah.
multiple chain process, definitely the rate goes high. So tomatoes are produced by the farmers for 1 rupee. Finally, it comes to the market with 10 rupees per kg. What
Yeah.
happened? There is a mediator exist, right? The same concept, not exactly the
Okay.
same process. Okay. So all apples are sold. To sell all the apples produced by the farmer, there exist a lot of mediators in the chain, also time consuming. Okay. Till here you understood,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's clear.
Hi everyone. In the previous sessions, I have covered our networks topic. In that, how the daisy chain works in the real time. So this is an example. Whatever I'm showing in this slide, you can take it as example of daisy chain that happens in the real time, explaining how supply and demand are connected to the mediator and how mediator are connected to the mediator 2 and 3, etc.